Today, we are going to talk about Dil Chahta Hai, by the way, that completed 23 years in 2024 in the month of August. My name is Lokesh. If you're new to my channel, I'm a radio presenter here in Dubai. I work for a radio station called City 1016. Also, I try to create some content around movies here on YouTube, and I'm starting something called Still Relevant question mark, where I'm going to revisit a few films discussing whether they have aged well or not. Of course, today we're going to talk about Dil Chahta Hai. There's so much to say about Dil Chahta Hai, right? I think one of the most beautiful scenes of Dil Chahta Hai was the confrontation scene between Akash, played by Amir Khan, and Sid, played by Akshay Khanna, where Sid is talking about his feelings for the love of his life, Tara, who is an elderly lady, and Akash, यानी कि आमिर खान makes fun of his feelings by saying that it's all physical and he's going to have a good time. I think at that point in time, this movie Dil Chahta Hai taught us about setting boundaries. Now, this is one term which is trending these days on Instagram. Everyone seems to be talking about it in their reels and posts about setting boundaries with friends and all that. Imagine Farhan Akhtar actually spoke about it 23 years ago. And I thought it was such a powerful scene because in most of Hindi films, when they're talking about friendship, it's always, a rosy picture, like people backslapping each other, going to Goa, having fun and all that. But that particular scene made not only the characters very, very uncomfortable, but also the viewers. I was like sitting on the edge of my seat thinking, are they going to break their friendship right now? And the fact that Sid slaps, Akash, and he actually tells him that, boss, there are boundaries in friendship that should not be crossed, and today you have crossed it. Even a scene between Sid and Deepa, when Deepa confesses her love for Akash, Sid talks to her with a very simple analogy of holding the sand, a fistful of, sand in your hand. And he talks about letting go, but he very beautifully explains how letting go is not giving up. How letting go means giving yourself a chance. And again, the whole theory, the whole idea of self-love, comes from Dil Chahta Hai. So beautifully explained 23 years ago. Now, we're talking about self-love now in 2024, but this was something that was spoken about 23 years ago, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I think besides the philosophy of the film, I think the film has aged in so many other departments as well. I want to talk about the fashion of Dil Chahta Hai. The fashion and the styling in Dil Chahta Hai was not too in your face. It was very subtle and very, very stylish. I remember watching Kuch Kuch Hota Hai a few days ago, and I was like, they've done a great job, especially in the 1990s, with the introduction of Manish Malhotra's in our industry. They were all trying different things with fashion. And in Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, they've done a commendable job when it comes to fashion, but it looks like a little too in your face. Like, hey, look at us. We have shopped these really fancy clothes from London and Europe and all that, and we are showcasing in our film. So have a look at it. Have a look at us, right? Even in a film like Rangila, like Urmila Matondkar's, the entire wardrobe kind of stood out. And that has a positive effect on the movie, and that has a negative effect as well, because everyone now separately is talking about her costumes. I think the big win is when costumes become a part of the characters and they're so much in sync that you don't really see them as two separate entities. And I think that's exactly what happened with Dil Chahta Hai. The styling was so subtle and yet so unique. It almost felt like, the fashion designer. I went to like maybe Sarojini Nagar or the fashion street in Mumbai, and picked up these street clothes, these really solid colors, which I thought was done really, really well. Barring a couple of things though, I thought Sonali Kulkarni ka jo blue makeup tha, the blue eyeshadow and all that was not done too well. And also leather pants in a club in 2001. I mean, I used to club at that point in time and I was like, what? Like, who wears leather pants? What I also love about Dil Chahta Hai is the fact that Farhan Akhtar, in his first movie, broke a few rules. Like, you don't really cut in a zoom in or a zoom out shot. If you're zooming in, you don't have cuts. Or if you're zooming out, you don't really have cuts. And I think Farhan Akhtar has broken that rule and made it look so beautiful and so cinematic in a couple of songs. Also, when it comes to framing, when you're framing a frame in a movie, usually there's supposed to be space in the direction you're facing. For example, if this is the frame and I'm looking in this direction, there has to be space here. I couldn't be like looking here and this could not be the frame. However, in this particular movie, especially in a song like Tanhai, I think Farhan Akhtar broke that rule as well and made it look so beautiful and so dynamic. There are shots of Amir Khan where he's in the frame, tight close up on his face, and there's no space, in the direction where he's looking, and then he turns and it looks so beautiful. So cinematically, philosophy-wise, This movie ticks so many boxes, and I think this is one of those really rare films of early 2000s that have aged so well. What are your thoughts? What are your comments? Do you remember where you watched Dil Chahta Hai for the first time with friends, family? Do let me know in comments below. I'm trying my best to create different kind of content here on my YouTube channel. So please subscribe as well. It'll really mean a lot. And yeah, let me know in the comments below which movie would you like me to revisit in the next episode of Still Relevant. See you in the comments. Subscribe, please. Very important it is. Okay, bye.